Oh, the Mount Rushmore, in my not so humble opinion, Mike, having put, a little bit of research into it, there's 3 spots taken and 1 spot open. The spots taken are Maurice Lucas, Billy Knight, and I'm sorry, but Jack Twyman, I never saw him play. Ron Cook was the beat writer then, but he has to be on this team. He has to be. What he did in the NBA, everything else he did, he was one. Him and Wilt were the first 2 players ever to score 30 points in an NBA game. He averaged 25 points and 17 rebounds in his last year at Cincy. He was an All-American, and then he averaged 19 in the NBA. He has to be on. He has to be on there, I think. What's your Mount Rushmore, and do you agree that there's a spot open for, or maybe 2 spots open, you think, and then all the other names, DeJuan Blair, Van Leer, Gilliam, Durrett, Stokes, Hennon, Grote, all of that. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you. Lucas and Billy Knight are definitely on there. But, Joe, I'm telling you right now, that I think to be on there, a lot of times your legacy is determined after what you do in high school, rightly or wrongly, okay? But I think to be on this, you got to do it in high school, college, and professionally. Now, I'm going to give you a guy that's on mine that didn't do it professionally only because he went to dental school instead, because back then money wasn't that great. I agree with you with Lucas and Billy Knight. I'm sorry, Joe. I think TJ might deserve to be on there now.
So do I.
I really do.
I think he's a candidate for the open spot. I do.
I mean, he scored 1,000 points as a senior in high school. He was one of the best point guards in the country at Arizona. And he's played 10 years in the NBA. He's doing things in the NBA Finals. First guy to come off the bench, have 10 assists, 5 steals. 10 points, 5 steals, 5 assists. Last night, what he did last night, again, first guy to do that off the bench. I think he's got to be on it. Now, you mentioned some guys. There are some guys that people forget about. Danny Fortson, although he only played here 1 year, he was a great college player, great high school player. Played in the NBA a long time, played on teams that stunk, though. I think you got to look at him, although he only played here 1 year, so I think that's that.
Armand Gilliam had a better career than him.
I agree with you, but Armand Gilliam did nothing in high school. He was a wrestler until his senior year and averaged like 10 points a game his senior year. Very good after that. People forget about how good Kenny Durrett was from Shenley, Joe.
Yes.
Second-team All-American, ripped up his knee, was a number 4 pick still in the NBA draft, number 4 overall. 3 years at LaSalle, he averaged 23, 6, and 11, 9. If he doesn't have that knee injury, he might belong on there.
Yes.
You mentioned Norm Van Leer. Simi Hill might have been better than him from Midland. Armand Gilliam. Here's another guy, Jack Marin from Farrell High School in the 50s and 60s, NBA All-Star. In the championships of the 71 finals, he averaged like 17 a game, got swept by Milwaukee and Lou Alcindor and Oscar Robertson. All-American at Duke. Yeah, you mentioned Dick Grote, but I'm going to give you mine. You might be surprised. I'm sorry.
Chris Muller from North Catholic High School.
Well, he may deserve to be on there for what he hit, 9 threes in a row.
He did, in a pickup game at Penn State or so. Legend has it.
No, I'm going. They're the best shot doctors in the history of the University of Pittsburgh were Dr. Jonas Salk and Don Hennon. I'm putting Don Hennon on mine from the 1950s. Joe, here's what he did. Won a state championship, scored over 1,000 points his senior year, broke Wilt Chamberlain's Pennsylvania high school scoring record.
Jeez.
Nobody scored 1,000 points in 1 year until T.J. McConnell came along and beat his record of Don Hennon. He went on to Pitt, Joe, averaged 24 a game his career. In 1958, the All-American team, Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Guy Rogers, Bob Boozer, and Don Hennon.
Holy ostrich milk.
Okay. Almost scored 2,000 points at Pitt without the three-point line. Scored 1,000 in high school without the three-point line. He is my fourth guy in a Mount Rushmore, and I don't want to hear is in the 50s. Yeah, players are different now. I'm talking what they did in their own time.
Yeah.
He didn't play professionally because he went to dental school instead, and he was a long time. No, I'm sorry, medical school. He became a doctor. My fault.